Why hello there, fellow merchants. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to Ale Abbey. Episode 3, Unlocking New Markets. And here's the Lord waiting for the stuff, here's the bell repairer, basically all, and here's the bandit. All of the events happen like right outside, which is kind of neat. Alright, so casket, okay, there we go. Maul's light is all written up, ready to go. Then the next thing we want to do is create a blonde recipe for him, because that was the other requirement. And the blonde recipe requires browned malt. Oh, you know what? Maul's light, I didn't even check. I might have screwed this up. Maul's light has a flavor of 3. Yeah, okay. Maul's light meets the requirements. Good. So then the blonde needs a strength of 3. Got it. Let's do this again. Blonde with brown malt. It needs a strength of 3. Raising the strength would be pale. So here we go. Strength of 3. Using brown malt. Merce will write it up, and this will be the Maul's Blonde. Wake up, geezer. Alright, Maul's Blonde is also done. So once we get those two brewed up, we'll be able to supply it to the local lord. So, Pale as Bones is unripe. This ale didn't spend enough time in the barrel, resulting in a reduction in penalty, and a huge reduction in fair price. Best to store it in the cellar. So I only made the Pale as Bones as a demonstration about cellar-aged stuff. So let's get... I'm going to remove it from a recipe because I don't want it. Let's get a Maul's Light going. And aggro, you get to brew 100 of it. So Pale as Bones getting deleted because it was an experiment. And the way this works is once it's put in there, there'll be an aging. 29 days remaining, and you can see a little tooltip up here as well, referring to its aging timer. We're making money. Alright, here we go. So, the archive cabinet in the library is a really nice aesthetic because it increases the maximum and minimum quality of what you do. The hops plants, which is in the laboratorium, increases satisfaction working in the science lab. And then the bookshelf in the library requires the maximum quality in ale traits. I really like ale traits, so I'm going to prioritize bookshelves over archive cabinets. And the way this works is you put bookshelves in. I'm going to sell a globe. Put in a candelabra instead. Sell another globe. Another candelabra, sell a globe. Move this candelabra. Oh, you know what? I think the candles can go over the bookshelves, can't they? Well, I'll do it like that. And then eventually I'll get archive cabinets there. So as a result, of my new changes, the maximum quality goes up by 2, and the traits probability goes up by 5%. And we haven't brewed anything with traits yet, but traits can be really powerful tools to change the quality of your product. It'll make more sense when I, have some traits. Cool. Ooh, bishop task. So I'm going to have you guys decide. Accept or reject. So, Have the fermentines drink 100 liters of an ale that's 14 or greater for fame, satisfaction, and reduction in monthly upkeep. So I'll give you 1 minute to vote on that. And we have new hires. Tuck. Tuck, who is dumb. Sorry, Tuck. Not in the cards, pal. Alright, there we go. So here's the Maul's Light. It has a quality of 23. And we can then mouse over the Lord and supply it to him. Done. The next brew is going to be the Maul's Blonde. I'm going to brew this up with aggro, or merps. A full batch. And then I'm going to request a loan so I don't bottom out my coin. Because we would fail the Bell quest if I did that. And it looks like you guys want me to accept the quest. So, right now, Flaxen in here is a quality of 13. Which means it's too low to fulfill the 14 or greater. And then Pale as Bones is an 18, but it's currently unripe. So it's best if we wait. AKA... I need to brew up something new and put it in the cellar, in the Skeller cellar, in order to satisfy this requirement. So I will. I just need to brew it first. Alright, what about research? We have 33 points. Archive cabinets... Yeah, I'm going to get Archive Cabinet. But I'm not going to, because I just requested a loan, I'm not going to immediately build it, because I'd be in the hole trying to repay that loan. Alright, bandits standing decreased. I'll just keep bribing them. Boy, is that fun. Now, the research to give them beer instead of bribes is right here. Your ale or your life allows the bribery of bandits with ale instead. Here's custodial closets, allowing you to hire a custodian. Someone that works efficiently but is dumb makes for a really good custodian. Botanic expertise, allowing us to brew herbal stuff and use eucalyptus as an ingredient. And then bigger brewery, a better brewery. So there's a lot of research on the horizon that's going to be pretty instrumental. Hopfendorf is still pretty inundated with beers, so it's going to be really important for us to unlock Maulsdorf so that we have a new market. We can break into a new market, and oh, and here's your multiness. I've been eager to meet you. I handled sale licenses. Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. Here we go. Blonde ale for Hoppendorf. At 25% increase? Sure. So we need to just... How much is left in here? 62 liters, and this calls for 80. Okay, so there isn't enough blonde in there to fulfill that order. So I'll have to brew up another batch. And this Maul's Blonde sucks. Which means it cannot fulfill the order for the Lord, so we'll just have to sell it at Hoffendorf. Which is super unfortunate. I'm going to try the Maul's Blonde with aggro, because she just rolled a 0. A nat 0. Great. Good job. Repaying my loan. And then... the next research I want to unlock is maybe... well, the trash can helps remove clutter. But maybe the hops plants. Because the hops plants will make working here a little nicer. Although darker. There. Come on, Aggro, you could do better. Also, was the new candidate... No, his work ethic sucks. Because if he was dumb but had high productivity, hiring him as a custodian wouldn't be a terrible idea. But nope, there's no redeeming qualities. He's just bad all around. So I'm going to unlock the last aesthetic here, which is the trash can. I don't really care too much about it. It helps reduce clutter, but as long as I'm, like, sweeping regularly, that's not really an issue. And sweeping is not hard to do. Now, the other thing is, if you fail to supply the request that you, like, up here, you will, lose reputation. Okay! So it was going to be a 31, but he infected it. So, we'll sell it. Alright, I think what I'm going to do is, because I don't want to run out of time for the blonde ale for the grand market, I'm going to make a very safe blonde ale, a flaxen one here, with Merps, because I know she's capable of high quality. And then we'll fulfill the Lord's order, because the Lord's order isn't timed. Because I'm a little worried about the timed orders here. The other thing I can do is I can keep 20 liters of the 100 that I'm brewing up and put the remaining 20 in the cellar to then start drinking higher quality stuff, getting rid of the flaxen swill that's in there. Okay, so this fulfills that blonde order. There's 20 liters left, and we're going to store the remaining 20 in the cellar. I'm going to sell flaxen on the open market at Hoppendorf, so that we stop drinking it. And then we can drink this flaxen, which is at quality 33, which then starts to fulfill this order here. Alright, next up, we're going to brew another Mull's Blonde with Aggro. Aggro should roll a 31. It was just that he just so happened to infect it, which is a small chance. And as far as our innovations go, let's get... I'll just start backfilling some of the simple stuff. So this is a quick brew button, which allows you to just brew the same thing over again. Keeping in mind that your brewers do not really enjoy brewing the same thing over and over again. You're a boutique brewer, not a bulk brewer. Well, you can bulk brew, it just will upset them. Well, at least the bell is almost gone. Paying bell taxes has not been great. The other thing is our average beauty has gone up a lot, which is fantastic, because people are a lot more comfortable like, if this is Skeletor, let's put a bunch of the skull paintings. There we go. That looks sufficiently creepy. Alright, this Mull's Blondes now fulfills the Lord's order. Awesome. And then we're going to want more just high quality anything. Let's see. We don't have any special orders right now, so I'm going to do just a stale brew, because old ale keeps in the cellars pretty good. So we'll make a stale brew to stick in the cellars for us to drink. And once that shipment reaches the Lord, because right now it's in transit, we will have fulfilled his requirements, and then we'll have access to Maulsdorf, which is a new market, which will be great. So, shared space rooms provides a bonus when the rooms of same type are built side by side, which is really handy for, like, multi-dorms or multi-breweries or whatever. And there we go. Congratulations, your maltiness. Your majestic ales clearly deserve the right to be sold in the settlement of Maulsdorf. We'll be looking for your help to alleviate the lives of our hardworking citizens. Hush now, the citizens are thirsty. So, it's slightly larger population, one more day delivery distance, but it's still pretty poor, and they like light ales. If we take a look here, Hoppendorf's demand for ales are very low because we've sort of inundated it. So what's probably going to be best is if we start just selling to Maulsdorf. Even though Hoppendorf is almost done with all of its reputation gains, the demand for our beer is like almost nil. Nil for the swill. So Maulsdorf wants light ales. So let's brew up some light ales for Maulsdorf after this one is going to go. Actually, we'll sell this one to Maulsdorf and then the next one we'll brew for ourselves. Now that the Maul's Light and the Maul's Blonde are done, I'm going to delete them. We don't need them. So you have Blonde, Light, Old. And those are the only ones I have, correct? Yeah, Blonde, Light, Old. Okay, cool. Pretty soon... because of the benefits that we've added to our library... and I will continue to add benefits to the library. It might be worth attempting new recipes that take advantage of the better library. I'm investing pretty heavily in a nice library. So rewriting our original recipes to try to improve and tweak them is probably going to be in our best interest. So given that we have downtime right now because we're brewing, let's do that. So we'll try a new light ale, which will become our staple. And I'm going to keep it like, oops. I'm going to keep it really, really, really simple. Simple so it's cheap, because light ales are generally in the most demand. Aggro is super satisfied right now with work. And this will be, Yoda Light. Let's hope it's good. Oh! Right, this is stale. Store in the cellar. So, the reason I couldn't sell it at Maulsdorf is only asking for light ale. They don't even want the other stuff. So now that Yodelite is done, we'll brew up a first batch of Yodelite. Yodelite's maximum quality is higher than Shona Ale. So it's very plausible that it becomes a better staple. And then likewise, I'm going to make a new one for the blondes as well. Keeping it really as simple as possible while meeting the virtues we're looking for. Merps will write this one up. And this will be, I'm just going to call it Whiz. Because I have childlike humor. Alright, up here, you can see the sort of bold, aging Pale as Bones one. So if we take a look at the Pale as Bones now... Oh, come on. It has a quality of 20, which I think it had a quality of 18 or something, and it also gained a trait. As a properly barrel-aged ale, it's well-rounded and smooth, and enjoys a 10% bonus in its sales and a 40% bonus to its fair price. So if you manage to make an old ale that's very high quality and then becomes barrel-aged, you can sell it for boku bucks. Right? Because we raised it from 18 to 20, but like, it's possible to make old ales that are like amazing, So I'm going to sell this. I'm actually going to just mark this as drink. And then I'm going to sell off the flaxen to open up the barrel. So now they can drink the pale as bones or the stale if they want. Because I like having a free barrel. Alright, new candidates to be hired. This dude is pretty intuitive. He'd make a good brewer. The problem is... I don't have... Well, now I have the bedroom. Aggro's intuition has gone up to 7. Well, we'll sit on it. I don't necessarily immediately need to hire him. So let's start driving up our reputation in Maulsdorf, because we're gonna get a whole bunch of unlocks pretty quickly because there's high demand for our beers. Oh, a special order from Hoppendorf for a blonde ale. Okay. This was Yodelite, 38 quality. That's, I think, the highest we've had so far. Selling it to Maulsdorf. And then they just asked for a blonde, so I'm going to try to make Whiz. And Whiz maximum quality is a 41, which is, like, superb. And right now, because it's the summer, the pale malt, which is the majority ingredient in this thing, is cheapest. Because there's seasonal ingredients as well as seasonal beers. Eventually, we're going to get the ability to, like, store ingredients. But we don't have that quite yet. So I just unlocked to the cellars, which enables automatic brewing to store, which is really helpful when you're making, like, barrel-aged stuff. The other thing to note is maybe, is there a... Now that we can make better recipes, perhaps I can try to make a old ale that gets aged that has, like, good stats. The thing is, I believe... No. I don't have access to... So the problem that I've been facing is... It's the quality of the ingredients I have are really a determining factor here. So the problem is, I don't have a wide variety of ingredients that I can mess with in order to make something worth strong enough. Later on, you get ingredients that are much stronger than what I have right now, allowing for high quality cask aged stuff. But I just don't have that yet. Oh, I forgot. We should drink stale as well. Alright. Whiz is a 34. That's pretty good. And that fulfills the requirements for the Hoppendorf delivery. So I'm going to guess that Yodelite and Whiz is going to replace Flaxen and Shona. That would be my calculation. Mostly because we've made... Why are you sleeping there? Mostly because we've made a lot of improvements to our library. And as a result of all the improvements to our library, the quality of our recipes have gone up. Alright, new brew. So Yodelite got brewed once by Aggro, but not by Merps. So let's try a brew with Merps. And because there's really high demand for light beers anyway in Maulsdorf, like, we can't go wrong, basically. The next research we'll work towards is maybe paying off the bandits with beer. So I can keep my florins. And that requires 125 research points. That's quite a lot. So she brewed a 38 as well. So I think they both were 38 for Yodelite. Consistency. Nice. Alright, let's have her brew a blonde. Unfortunately, there isn't a good market for the blonde, but that's okay. And that means that the Shona Ale is going to get deleted because the Yodelite is better no matter who brews it. And that's what I kind of like, is the consistency between both brewers is really handy. That way, if there's a demand for light ale all of a sudden, I don't have to just rely on one brewer. I can have both of them do it. So now they're trying to brew Whiz. I kind of regret naming it Whiz, but too late. Alright, for Who the Bell Tolls is done, and as a result of being done, we no longer owe constant taxes on it. And it also increases the satisfaction of everyone as a net result of that event. Look at that comfort. Hell yeah. Can I get a hell yeah? Hell yeah. I'm gonna put some trash cans in the refectory, because it's definitely far and above the filthiest room. So here we go, Whiz, a 41. Holy moly. Wow. All right. So if we take a look at the brews, Whiz was brewed as a 41 by Merps. And then Flaxen was a 3317. And Whiz was a 3441. So, yeah, Flaxen getting nixed. So now we have our normal run. I'll try for a higher quality old ale now. One that maxes out quality. There we go. So this is like bare minimum ingredients to hit all of the flavor profiles we're looking for. Has a 38. We'll see. I don't think it can get better than that at the moment. We'll write it up with Merps, because Merps apparently surpassed Aggro for writing. I think that was always true. She is intelligence of 3, he is intelligence of 2. And this will be Mold Ale. Yep, Merp's Old Ale. Mold Ale. Nothing like a good portmanteau that makes it sound disgusting. Alright, light ale is what we just need to brew in bulk, because that's what Maulsdorf, the new city, wants. And Maulsdorf has a high demand for it, so we'll just keep cranking that stuff out. The old ale style is trending in all markets. Alright, well, I have stale in my basement. So, let's take this stale and sell it. Oh, in all markets. Okay, so it's trending in Hoppendorf. But Hoppendorf has a bunch, so never mind, I take it back. We don't need to do anything. So building time reduction and larger transport team. I don't really need that. All of the furnishings is done. So yeah, we're just waiting on the everything ale line for research. The amount that my people don't get to the beds is funny. Right? I have 4 beds. I have 4 people. They sleep on the floor anyway. They're so drunk all the time. Although if I worked in a brewery, I'm not going to say I'd do a lot better. I want to get rid of this candle. This one's annoying. I don't care if it's a little darker in there. Actually, I think we can put a candelabra in between. I'm going to get rid of all the back candles. Make it easier to illuminate. Yeah. So it's not bright. Fine, whatever. Bunch of candelabras. So we're getting close to the first milestone in Maulsdorf, but it's going to take a while for Hoppendorf's demand to go back up, because right now it's plummeted. I've basically flooded it to the point where, like, there's no demand. Given that, we'll just keep making Yodelite, because there's virtually no demand for anything else anywhere else. So we're just gonna flood Maulsdorf with Yodelite. Our stored Pale as Bones has been completely used up. Oh, they drink it. Good. I'm happy about that. We're 34 liters into our 100 liter. New hires? Let's take a look. All pretty average. And I'm going to use the rebrew button for the first time, where we just brew the same thing over again. A repeat, if you will. A few years ago, there was an uproar in a brewery in Denmark because they limited workers to 5 pints of beer per working day. That's more beer than I've drank this month. So, my goodness, man. Mostly because this month I've had 0 beer, but still, that's pretty funny. More Yodelite, flooding into Maulsdorf. Alright, let's try a mulled ale, but we're going to keep this for ourselves in our basement. I just want to see how it compares to stale ale. Markets of Maulsdorf now have an interest in ales brewed with herbal ale style. Oh! Alright, so if we wanted to do that, we would need to unlock botanical expertise instead of the ale for your life, so let's do that instead. And then, we build... Oh, there's a thing here. I see Maulsdorf has been most receptive so far. Let's spice things up a bit before their interest wane, your maltiness. If we could find a way to have a constant supply of herbs, we could craft an herbal ale. Its Groot and unexpected flavors should break that mold quite nicely. Build an herbal garden in the laboratorium, craft a recipe with 6 flavor, 5 strength, with 1 yellow virtue, all others in green, and brew 200 of it to unlock herbal ale. So let's unlock herbal ale. Sounds good to me. So laboratorium, here is the herbal garden. Put there. And make sure to keep the light levels decent. Craft a recipe with 6 taste. So new recipe. Old ales flavors can be tastier, higher in flavor virtues than others, so it should be an old ale probably. Because it needs strength of 5. So strength of 5 is also like old ale. You could try to brew this with other things, but it's going to be tricky. The other problem is a strength of 5. Let me undo this. See if any other styles are better for it. Because, Old Ale can have a strength of 5 as a yellow virtue. And a flavor of 6. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it should be an Old Ale. Oh no, because it strength of 5 will... No, that will be ruined. Alright, blondes. Strength of 5. Flavor, no, that's not going to work. Yeah, it's got to be an old. Oh, does it say 5 or less? Sorry, strength of 5 or less. Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, okay. I am bad at reading, apparently. So, Old Ale will be fine. So it needs a flavor of 6 or greater. So there's flavor of 6. Virtues, all 1 yellow, all other green. So there it is. It's got a flavor of 6. A strength of 5 or less, which is 2. And everything in green except for 1 in yellow. So this fulfills all the requirements. Merps will write it up, and this will be the herbal unlocker. And I should read for detail. It's a good reminder to do it. Alright, herbal unlocker is all written up. So the herbal unlocker still has a max quality of 38, but that's not as good as Mole Ale's 43. Yo, don't fall asleep on the job. Come on, man. I need this done. Also, I do have some spare cash right now. Let's invest it in our brewery. Mug. Candle. Hops. So now the brewery has a +7 to quality. Because I care. Alright, Mold Ale got a 43. Hell yeah. Store in the cellar. So, Stale with aggro got a 29. Mold Ale got a 43. I think, even without knowing what Merps brews it, Mold Ale is still the winner. So let's brew in an herbal unlocker next. And we'll have to brew it twice. So I'll brew it once with each. So Merps, you're the first brewer. The problem is there's like virtually no demand for this stuff. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to build a cellar with money I don't have and store it in the cellar to pay off bandits or something. Because Hoppendorf does not want more beer right now. And nobody else wants it. So, you know, dem's a bit of a problem. I need to put it somewhere. So I can put some of it in this barrel, but not all of it. Herbal Unlocker 36. Not bad. I guess what I could do is just, like, put back candles in there. So that I can put a cask in here. I don't like these back candles, but I'll do it. Alright, so there's the herbal unlocker. We'll just drink from it. And I'll need to brew another batch. Herbal unlocker. This time I'll do with aggro. I don't have the money. I'm out of money. Basically, I just don't have a market for this beer that we've been brewing, which is a bit of a problem. I'm just gonna wait till end of day for money to come in. But pretty soon, I'll be able to pay off the bandits with beer rather than with money, and that will help a bit. There we go. There's some florins. Let's make a batch of Yodelite just to pay the bills. Thank you for tuning in to Ale Abbey, which originally streamed live on Twitch. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you'd like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you'd like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video, if you even read it. Thank you so very much for watching. Special thank you to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow monks.